Well, you're probably wondering why I have a mask on my face. Well, the tile people, they just left, and when I walked in, I was like, I don't know, there's like a weird smell. It almost looks like there's mold. So this is kind of like the worst case scenario.
Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.
Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well and you're looking forward to today's video because we have another project here at the house, which is completely redoing the tile floors of our powder room, kitchen, as well as our eat-in breakfast nook areas. A few months ago, I posted a video talking about this specific project because we have some problem areas in both the powder room as well as the kitchen. So right near the toilet in the powder room, there has been a crack that has been living there for the last couple of years that we've tried for the most part to ignore. But over time, it has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and it just cannot be ignored anymore. And not only is there a problem with the tile, but there clearly is something going underneath the tile, and we need to figure out what's going on. And the same in the kitchen. There is a crack that has started near the sink as well as our dishwasher, and it just seems like every week that crack gets bigger and bigger. And again, it is time to finally face the music and figure out what's going on underneath these tiles. So back a few months ago when I posted that video, we went to the tile store and we went to go look for tiles for these spaces. And one thing that we had to keep in mind when looking for these tiles were our countertops. We have granite countertops that have a very busy pattern to it. So we knew that whatever was going to go on the floor needed to be able to be, kind of more subtle and be able to complement our countertops. So we found a few samples. I remember asking you guys both here on the channel as well as my newsletter which one that you like the best. This is the one that we decided to go with, and I just loved it from the very beginning. And once we brought it home and had it against the countertop, it just really felt like it was going to fit well. So we went ahead, decided to move forward. We asked the tile company to give us an estimate, and we were basically ready to start. Well, the estimate came back and it was like $8,000, and we were like, there's no way, mostly me was like, there's no way we're paying $8,000 for them to come over here and to retile it. We can do it ourselves. We did the tiling in our upstairs guest bathroom, and that turned out beautifully. We also did the tiling down in our entryway area. Yes, I know that this space in the kitchen and the powder room and the eat-in space is much bigger than both of those areas, probably times 10. I feel like if we just do it in little pieces and parts, we can do this ourselves. So we went to the tile store. We actually told them what our plan was, that we were going to go ahead and purchase all of the materials, but we were going to do the installation ourselves. So we went to the tile store and picked up all of the tile, and it has been sitting in our garage for the last couple of months because we thought we were going to do it ourselves. But as time has gone on and that tile has sat there, and honestly, I just don't have the back for it anymore. I hurt my back a while ago, and just over the last couple of months, it just has not been feeling the greatest. And so we finally decided to look for some other options to see if somebody could come and install all of the tile for us. So we reached out to a few companies, and we ended up going with US Floor flooring, and they came very quickly. They had an estimate for us that very next day, and they actually were able to start that week, but we were working on the painting of the house, and we knew that we couldn't have two contractors here at the same time getting in each other's way. So as soon as so we just knew that as soon as the painters were gone, which was yesterday, then the tile guys were going to come that very next day, which is today, and they will be here literally any second now. And I'm very excited to finally get this project started. Could Mark and I have done it? Maybe, but I'm just really happy that we have professionals looking at this, especially because we potentially have some problem areas underneath the tile. So what I'm going to do now is just go sit in the front window and wait for the tile guys to get here, and once they're here, then I'm going to be just like you guys. I'm just going to sit back and watch them work. So I'll see you guys in a bit. You're probably wondering why I have a mask on my face. Well, the tile people, they just left, and when I walked in, I was like, I don't know, there's like a weird smell. It almost looks like there's mold, and you can actually see it right here. And so I had Mark come in and take a look at it, and he was like, yeah, I think so too. So unfortunately, the men that were here today, they didn't speak English very well. So the person that came to pick them up did speak English, and so we asked him to come in and take a look, and he confirmed that yes, we have a lot of mold in the kitchen, and then I'll show you guys in the bathroom too that all of the subfloor is basically wet. And so that means they're gonna have to take everything down to the studs. And in terms of in the bathroom, and then in terms of the kitchen, they're gonna come and assess tomorrow to see if this is also going to have to be taken down to the studs. So this is kind of like the worst case scenario. This is what we were afraid was going to happen. And so we're really hoping. We kind of knew that the bathroom was going to have to be kind of completely taken down to the studs, because we could feel the give in the floor, and that crack that was in the tile, it just kept getting bigger and bigger. So we knew that there was probably going to be a big issue there. But the kitchen, we weren't necessarily expecting this news. So we have put on our mask, and we're just going to tread lightly. We're not going to be in the kitchen much today. In fact, I think we're just going to stay upstairs, and then in the morning we'll figure out if they can actually treat the mold on the floor, or if they're gonna have to take everything up. So I'll definitely keep you posted, but let's go and check the bathroom really quickly before I head out. Oh yeah, oh my goodness. I mean, that's where like the subfloor looks like that. I know it's really gross, I'm sorry. But that's not good. I mean, you can't even see that there's a solid piece of wood under there. So yeah, it's not looking good, but we will find out more tomorrow and I will give you guys an update then. So have a good night. See you in the morning.
That floor has to, I mean, is gonna, there's a hole right in the middle of the floor. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Right. So,
What the fuck?
right.
All right.
There's no question the subfloor here gets replaced. What about that? Yeah, look at that soft.
Oh, look how soft that is.
What's the one demo?
They put this on and then they tiled the floor around it. It doesn't make sense. It's supposed to sit on top.
Yeah. But this is very easy to move.
Okay.
So
Told us. Yeah, never do that.
the cock.
Yeah, because if it leaks, you
never see it.
You want it right.
All right, we have some news, and sorry for the background noise. They're in there working as we speak. So the news isn't as bad as we thought it was going to be, but you know, it could be greater. So we know for sure that the bathroom is going to have to be completely gutted. So we're going to have to take all of the floor up. They're going to reinforce a lot of the joist, as well as they're going to put brand new plywood down, brand new backer board down, and then finally the tile. And the reason for that is because whoever put in the sink as well as the toilet just did not do a good job. For sure they weren't professionals. We're thinking that they were probably homeowners that decided to do it themselves and just did it incorrectly. The toilet flange was definitely not high enough, so there wasn't a good seal between the flange and the toilet top. And so in addition to that, they caulked all the way around the bottom of the toilet. So when the issue came up that there was water leaking everywhere, we never knew about it because it was all being hidden behind the caulk. And I remember when we were doing the half bathroom upstairs, or the second bathroom upstairs, we were told by one of you guys to not caulk around the toilet. I thought that's what you were supposed to do, but they said if in case you have a problem with your toilet is leaking, the toilet isn't sealed well, then you would rather see that water come out onto your tile versus do all the damage underneath, which is done in this bathroom. So we are going to have to take it completely down, all the way down to the studs, and rebuild it again. So that is an absolute must, because as you guys could see, that floor was just crumbling. So for the kitchen, there was a lot of water and mold, but the floor is for the most part pretty dry. They don't think, for at least right now, that they're going to have to replace any of the joists, which is really good. So what they're going to do is they're going to take all of the plywood that's around the dishwasher as well as the refrigerator and replace all of that. And then once that's all replaced, then of course they'll go down and put on the backer board and the tile. So yeah, it's just a little bit more work. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. They could have had to take everything out from both the bathroom and the kitchen. There was even a possibility that we would have to remove all of our lower cabinets, and that just would have been a complete mess. So they are going to put some paint sealer down that will just kind of kill a lot of the mold that we see in the areas that they don't have to replace the boards, but for the most part we're going to have to get that area around the dishwasher and the refrigerator taken care of. Again, we think that there was a leak that was behind the seal, because again it was sealed, the dishwasher was sealed, and yeah, so all of that damage was happening behind the scenes, and we didn't know it until we get cracks, and then two, until all of that tile comes up and we can see all the damage that was done. So it sucks. I would definitely much rather spend this money on vacation, but I also am just very excited that once this is done, it's going to be done right. It's going to look beautiful, and we can kind of finish off this vision that I have for this house. She's coming alive. I knew that she could, and I'm really happy that we're here. And I'm really happy we don't have horrible news. Like I said, could be better, but we're just thankful that we're here and that we have skilled and professional people working on this. I told Mark time and time again, I'm so glad that we decided to hire someone to do this job, because just imagine if we were trying to do this ourselves. Actually, we probably just would have ended up having to hire somebody else. So anyway, that is the update for now. I will show you guys some progress shots here and there as they're starting to work, and I don't know how much longer it's going to be until they actually get to start to put the tile down, but you guys will be along for the ride. So I'll see you guys around. Well, we're at the end of day 2, and as you guys can see, they have painted the floors with a solution that will kill any more mold that we may potentially have. They did replace all of the boards in the kitchen as well as in the bathroom, but just in case, they put this solution down, and I think now we're feeling quite comfortable. So we have to let it sit for about 1 to 2 hours. It is very stinky, so we're just gonna hang outside. We also cannot walk on it because it's very sticky. So yeah, we're just gonna hang outside, probably sit on the back porch. We're gonna cook some burgers for dinner tonight and just kind of relax and wait for them to come back tomorrow, which hopefully they are going to be putting down the backer board and maybe even potentially putting down the first tiles. So we'll see. I'm not sure, but we're getting there. I'm just so thankful that today turned out the way that it did, because it could have been a lot worse. So with that, I will see you guys in the morning.
All right, folks. Welcome. Happy Friday. I'm just going to hop on here a little bit here and there.
Good morning. So we are back from the gym, which was amazing. I absolutely love that class. And now the tile guys are on their way over. And today they are going to be working on putting down all of the backer board or the cement board on top of the plywood that they put down yesterday. And so they also are going to figure out how they are going to remove the tile from my built-in kitchen cabinet that Mark and I built. And so when we built that directly into that space on top of the existing tile. And so now we're trying to figure out how to get that tile from underneath of it. What I'm thinking is they should leave the tile down below as is, maybe cut it right in front of the cabinet, and then once ready, but the new tile in front of the cabinet and then maybe cover it up with some trim or something. I don't know. They're the experts. They'll figure it out. But all I know is that cabinet is not moving an inch. It can't. It's literally built into the studs into that space. And so they're going to have to figure that out as well today. So yeah, today is backer board day. And then tomorrow they'll be coming back and starting to lay down the tile. And I seriously cannot wait for that. It has been a long time coming, and yeah, I am really excited. So I'm thinking today is probably going to be more of a shorter work day, because if all they're going to do is put down the backer board, that's pretty easy. Mark and I have done it, so we know the process of doing that. So I think because they're professionals, they can probably get that done pretty easy. And then we'll have the rest of the day kind of to ourselves, and then tomorrow back to work with actually putting down the tile. So I'm gonna go back inside. I'm gonna make an iced strawberry matcha, and then I'm gonna finish up my newsletter so that you guys have something to read. And yeah, we'll be around. So I'll see you guys in a little while. picked out that one. That was a cute one. That was a great one. Good morning. So we got up very early this morning to come out to the farmer's market while the tile guys are probably arriving any second now, and I'm very excited because today they are laying the first set of tiles, and oh my god, been waiting for this moment for a very long time. So we're gonna stop and get a coffee, and then I'll meet you guys at home and we'll see if we even have at least one tile down. This is our tile. It's gonna look so pretty in here. You made a good choice.
Yeah.
Amazing. This is the best choice. Oh my goodness. Good morning. So the guys are on their way to hopefully finish up the tile today. They are going to take all of the spacers out as well as get all of the grout down and the trim back up. And I am hoping that by the time I come back, they're going to be just about finished. So today I am going to be heading to an estate sale with Rosalind. I haven't been to one in the longest time, probably before the pandemic, and they used to be my favorite things to do. So we found a really good one that is on the other side of Chapel Hill. So this morning we're going to go out and see what we can find. I'm looking for things for the kitchen, for the eat-in area, also for the bathroom, and this estate sale looks like it's going to have a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up Rosalind, and then I will meet you guys over at the sale. fun. I'm finding a lot of good stuff. There's a bench back here that I really like. I want to see if it's for sale. There's not a tag, there's not a hold sign on it. So I want to see if that is for sale and how much. Also, it looks like there's a lot of people that put a hold sign on. Did not know that that was a possibility, but you better believe the next time I come to an estate sale, I'm gonna reach out to the organizers to see if I can put things on hold. But yeah, I like that bench. I also bought a table. All right, let me go inside and see how much this bench is.
This actually, you know what I like too? I like the contrast from year to year.
And it has your blue and it has the little handles on the side. Sold. Yep. We are done, and luckily I was smart and I brought Mark's truck today because I just was hoping that I was going to be able to find that table. And so now I have to go across the street and pick up the truck to go get all of our stuff. But Roslyn got some really good stuff too. Ah, the thrill of the hunt. I love this so much. I could do this literally every single day. Well, I'm back home now and the guys are here finishing up. As you saw, they took the spacers out from around the tiles this morning, as well as they put the grout down, allowed time for that to dry, cleaned everything up. They sealed the grout just to make sure that that light color of the grout remains clean and it doesn't get stained. And then now what they're working on is putting all of the trim around all of the spaces. And so they should be finishing up pretty soon. And so while they're still working, I thought that I would come out here and show you guys everything that I got today at the estate sale, which was just so much fun. So I went ahead and I picked up this quilt, and I love picking these up at estate sales as well as thrift stores. I always wash them and make sure that they're nice and clean, and then I just use them around the house if I'm feeling a little chilly in the living room. I have a few blankets out on our back porch, and so when I saw this one, it was only $8 and it's really well made. I decided to pick that up. A couple of other things that I found were this shaker. It's very heavy. It's a stainless steel cocktail shaker, and I was like, if she was a cocktail lover like I am, then I need to just carry on her tradition. So got this really cute cocktail shaker with the stir spoon, and I just love, I think it's actually real silver maybe, I don't know, but I'm gonna see if I can polish it up a little bit. But I just thought that it was really cute, and so I went ahead and picked that up. You guys saw me pick up these faux pumpkins, and I actually got some last year that just look really real. And so you guys know how much I love fall and decorating for the fall, so I picked those two guys up just to go ahead and combine with my collection that I have already. And I have a feeling these both are gonna end up on the front porch. She did have a lot of gardening things, which I loved. And so she had this planter, which is on like a little stand and it has little feet on it. So I just thought that I could maybe plant some herbs in here and then go ahead and stick that outside or back on the porch. There was this little stepping stone, this little cement stepping stone that I thought would be really cute just to put in the inside of our garden, just as a little stepping stone. She had another one that now I wish that I would have gotten as well, but when I saw this, I just thought it was really cool. I love how it's already has moss and stuff growing on it. I'm gonna leave it just as is and go ahead and put that down in the garden. I also got this planter, which I didn't know what it was until Rosalind told me, but this is a self-watering planter. And so what you do is you fill this bottom part up with water, and then down here the clay is still porous, and so when you place your plant in here, it doesn't have a hole, but you place the plant in here and the water can seep through the bottom areas and water all of the roots of the plant. So I thought that was really cute, especially once I clean it up. I think this will probably go out on the back porch. This person also was a huge collector of pottery, which you know is near and dear to my heart. And so I picked up this bowl. I could have picked up a lot of things, and now thinking back, I should have picked up more. But I just loved this. I just loved the glaze of this bowl. It was just kind of funky and different. I love that it's stamped here. It was $15, and there were several others. Rosalind ended up getting a little, I guess like a little crock that she says she's going to put all of her kitchen utensils in, that I really, really love. And I kept eyeing it, but I just didn't have a place for it. So I'm glad that she picked that up because it was really beautiful. So I picked up a piece of pottery. And then the last two things that I got were the things that I actually went for, or at least one thing. So I got this table, and I'll just pop up a little B-roll here of the table, but it is a round table on rollers, which you guys know that I love rollers on, or wheels on furniture. But this table is going to go in our breakfast bar area that we are going to be building very soon. So in the kitchen, we have this big space that really hasn't been used. I've had a table in there before, our couch has been in there, I've had a big armoire in there, but now I really want to build out a corner of that space as like our breakfast nook area. And when I saw this table online, I was hoping that once I got there, it was still there, and it was. And it was the very first thing that I picked up, and I absolutely love it. I'm not sure if I'm going to restain it or not, or just kind of keep it as is. We'll see. But I just love that I have it, and I think it was $95, which, okay, you know, a little bit more pricey than I probably would have gotten if I would have found it at a thrift store, but it was there. I loved it, and I think that it's a lot less expensive than what a brand new table would cost for that space. So I'm very happy with that. And then the final thing that I got is this bench. And I love the scalloped edge, and I'm gonna go ahead and weatherize it because what I want to do is make this into my herb garden bench. And so I think that I'm gonna either put this on the outside of my garden or directly inside of the garden and just put all of my different herbs that are in potted plants. I did have some herbs out in my porch, but it just wasn't getting enough sun and they weren't doing very well. So I've pulled those out, put those into the garden. Now in this bench, I think is just gonna be really pretty. And just like a nice little added touch in there. So those are all of the things that I got. It was a success. Rosalind, like I said, got a lot of great stuff too. And I haven't been to an estate sale in a really long time. And now that I've gone again, now I have that bug and I just want to keep going. So yeah, it was really, really fun. And I'm glad that I was able to show you guys the stuff. I wasn't sure if I was going to have time within the video, but definitely wanted to show you my little haul. So I'm going to go in, check on the guys, and then once they leave, then I will show you guys the finished space. So I will see you right back here in just a bit. a big transformation, right? Leaps and bounds, day and night better than where it was just a few days ago. This is a project that really needed to happen several years ago, and I'm so glad that we finally pulled the trigger and got it done. It's just so light and pretty and bright. I don't even want to walk on it, much less I better not catch anybody with their outside shoes on these floors, because that is not happening. It just looks really, really good. And now that the floor is done, we can start on so many other projects that I have up in my brain. Speaking of which, let me turn the camera around and just show you a few little things before I let you go. So the first project that we're going to work on is our powder room, and man, does it look much different than it did just a couple of days ago. So what we did in this room is we did not have them reinstall our toilet as well as our sink, mainly because we're going to be doing something really cool all around our walls. And so we just wanted to have the open space in order to do that. And then once the walls are finished, then we'll go ahead and we'll reinstall ourselves the toilet and the sink. And trust and believe, we will not be caulking the bottom of those to the floor. This is the area that I really want to put our breakfast nook area. And so what I want to do is build out some bench seating all the way down this wall and then probably halfway to the window over there, and build out those benches as well as probably sew some cushions to put on top. I'm really hoping that we'll be able to add some storage in the inside of those benches, because we really need more storage here in the kitchen. And then that table that I got at the estate sale today will go right here. I also have a really good idea for this lamp here. So I really do love this hanging light, and I think that I just want to rehome it to another section of the house. But if you guys read my newsletter this week, you kind of know what I'm thinking about doing in this area, and I think it's going to be a really fun DIY project coming up. So we've talked a lot about the color of these cabinets here on the channel, and wouldn't you know it, right now the color actually looks really good, but trust and believe, typically it looks like a really bright royal cobalt blue, and it just isn't working for me, especially with these new floors. So we're gonna go ahead and try to figure out a color that we want to change the cabinets to, and then we're going to respray them. And so all of the trim that you see down below that's currently white, once we finally pick out a color, then of course that will change to the color of the cabinets. And the last project that I want to do here in the kitchen is add cabinets up above our existing cabinets. And Home Depot and Lowe's sells pre-made cabinets, and they have them on the smaller size. And it would just be magical if the size of those cabinets fits right in those spaces there. And so we're going to be looking into that. And so I think that we'll probably have to put those cabinets up there first, and then once those cabinets are installed, then we'll go ahead and find our new color and then paint everything. And I just think it is going to be stunning in here pretty soon. But I'm just looking forward to all the projects that we have coming up this summer. We have been wanting to do several of these projects for the longest time, but until we got the floor taken care of, it just didn't make sense to start anything. But now that the floor is down, it is time to get started on a bunch of projects, and I cannot wait to show you guys. Now, I do want to mention that I'm going to be taking a couple of weeks off from both YouTube and my newsletter. I'm going to go up to Ohio and spend some time with my family, and while I'm there, I plan to just completely disconnect. But I'll be back in early July. Make sure that you have your notifications on so you'll be the first to know when I'm back here on the channel. And of course, in my newsletter, I'll be announcing when I'll be back here as well. So make sure that you're following me there on the newsletter as well. But I just need a little break, a little summer break, and I want to spend some time with my family. I haven't seen them since Christmas, and it's just really important to me that while we're all together, that I spend some real quality time and not filming and sitting behind a computer the whole time. So I hope you guys understand that. Trust and believe that I will miss you, but But when I come back, we will be starting all of these projects, and I promise to make it up to you. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed following me along on this next set of projects. It was so much fun, and I really do hope that you guys love it as much as I do. So with that, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you right back here very, very soon, I promise. Bye.